Today is February 10, 2015, and here's a story on the Drudge Report that was also up here yesterday that can be portrayed as either really good news or really bad news. It just depends on how you look at it. It is called Revealed, Obama's 332-page plan to control the internet. And it's from Breitbart. Republican FCC member warns net neutrality is not neutral. Ajit Pai, one of two Republican commissioners on the FCC, inferred in a tweet that President Barack Obama's secret 332-page net neutrality document is a scheme for federal micromanaging of the internet to extract billions in new taxes from consumers and again enforce progressives' idea of honest, equitable, and balanced content fairness. So this is awful news because our worst fears have come to light. Those of us who have been saying this net neutrality thing is about taking over the internet, about censoring the internet, about having Chinese-style internet here in America. But this is great news because somebody finally stepped up to the plate and told the truth, and now it's come to light what this is really all about. So we need to make this viral. We need everyone to know about this story. Call your congressman, call your senators, tell them that you know about this and you do not think it is acceptable for Obama to be a dictator and do whatever he wants with the internet because he's already taking over everything. He's taken over all the industries in this country just the way a good communist leader would, and now he wants to take over the internet so he can fully censor us and not allow us to communicate with each other and or spread information. FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler recently acknowledged that the three Democrats on the commission had decided to avoid congressional input regarding the internet by adopting President Franklin Roosevelt's 1934 Communications Act to regulate the internet with the same federal control as the old AT&T customer monopoly. To make sure that libertarian advocates would remain in the dark, Wheeler embargoed release of any of the specifics in the new administrative policy that will act as law. The FCC legislation that was passed 81 years ago by the most leftist Congress in American history to ban companies from participating in unjust or unreasonable discrimination when providing phone services to customers. But in 1949, the Democrat-dominated commission implemented the Fairness Doctrine that required holders of media broadcast licenses to present issues of public importance. So even back in 1949, we had state-run media in this country. That's how long this has been going on for. Licenses to present issues of public importance in a manner that is honest, equitable, and balanced in the commission's view. In other words, in the view of the government. It would take 39 years before a conservative Congress could overturn a policy that hijacked the mainstream media to kowtow to liberals or face loss of their licenses. This is why people in this country have been asleep for 50 years since the end of World War II. And I'm referring to back from the 90s. Because people were asleep for 50 years. They had no idea any of this corruption was going on because the media was portraying it in such a way that made them think they were living in a free country. If the internet economy was a country, it would rank fifth behind only the US, China, Japan, and India. Economic activity on the internet totals $4.2 trillion. Ajit Pai's description of President Obama's 332-page plan to regulate the internet sounds Orwellian. He tweeted a picture of himself holding the 332-page plan just below a picture of a smiling Barack Obama with a comment, "I wish the public could see what's inside." The implication depicted Obama as George Orwell's big brother. Pai also released a statement. President Obama's plan marks a monumental shift toward government control of the internet. It gives the FCC the power to micromanage virtually every aspect of how the internet works, he said. The plan explicitly opens the door to billions of dollars in new taxes on broadband. These new taxes will mean higher prices for consumers and more hidden fees they have to pay. Pai had previously observed that he was concerned about the plan would hinder broadband investment, slow network speed and expansion, limit outgrowth to rural areas of the country, and reduce internet service provider competition. That sounds like we're going to have third world country internet where it barely works and hardly anyone's on it. They don't want us sharing information or communicating anymore. We need to get this out there. Their vote is supposedly at the end of the month. It was originally going to be at the beginning of the month, but they changed the date, and that always happens. So, worst case scenario, let's hope they change the date and push it further into the future. But we need to expose this, and everyone needs to know that this is about to happen. Do you really want to have internet where you cannot watch videos like this anymore? They will probably criminalize me doing this. The plan saddles small independent businesses and entrepreneurs with heavy-handed regulations that will push them out of the market, Pai said. As a result, Americans will have fewer broadband choices. This is no accident. Title II was designed to regulate a monopoly. If we impose that model on a vibrant broadband marketplace, a highly regulated monopoly is what we'll get. We are seeing monopolies in everything. Monopolies in the banking industry, monopolies in healthcare, monopolies in the housing industry with all these apartments going up. And now they want to have a monopoly on the internet. Do you really want to live in a country where everything is a monopoly, there's no competition, there's no free markets? All this stuff I've been showing you lately is about destroying the free markets and picking winners and losers. Pai's confrontational comments came after the FCC chairman, Tom Wheeler, penned an op-ed in Wired magazine detailing his spin on the core aspects of the Democrats' desire to lump ISPs under the amended Title II of the 1996 Telecommunications Act, which was used to break up the AT&T telephone monopoly into 4 regional bell companies at the dawn of the digital age. Using this authority, I am submitting to my colleagues the strongest open internet protections ever proposed by the FCC. Remember, they lie to us about everything. So when the FCC chairman said we'll have the most open internet ever, it's the opposite. It's Orwellian. It's George Orwell. It's 1984. Never trust a word these people say. They want to shut down the internet. They're taking over everything. Why would they let us have free internet but then take over everything? Because then people will then speak out about the takeover. They don't want us speaking out anymore. That's what this is all about. Pai responded that the courts have twice thrown out the FCC's attempt at internet regulation during the Obama administration. On January 14th, 2014, the D.C. Federal Circuit Court of Appeals struck down most of the FCC's November 2011 net neutrality rules. So we have a shot here. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think they're going to get away with this. This will wake everybody up. And we have a chance to make this a reality. So once again, call your congressmen, call your senators, email this to everyone you know. Tell everyone about this story. This is a really big deal that this man actually had the courage to come out and speak the truth of what the net neutrality is really all about. So that's all for now. Grindall61 signing out.